Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hello, Wildcats. It's your boy Kev, just coming at you like your own personalized pan pizza that you earned through reading books in the Book It program. And this is just a disclaimer to let you know that we are a comedy and crime podcast. So even though we do cover many serious cases and true events, we do throw in some dark humor and inappropriate jokes every now and then. So for those of you that found us through the true crime genre on iTunes, this is just your heads up, because I know a lot of people don't like to mix comedy and crime, which we completely understand, makes a lot of sense to us, and that is completely fine if we're not your cup of tea. And also, since last week I made a very inappropriate dirty song, I just want to let you know that I made another song, and this one, it is more aligned for the kids can hear this one. So if you got the kids in the car listening to this podcast like I like to do with my kids, I like to take the long way home to make them listen. This song is dedicated to all them. So thank you all for listening. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag Wildman. Next week, episode 100 coming at ya. I got coins in my pockets, change in my pants. All the little boys around me, they get rich when I dance. I got coins. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I got coins. Change in my pants, I got coins. Everybody come on, reach in my pants. Everybody's getting rich when they grab in my pants, 'cause I got coins. Yeah, oh, I got coins. Come on, all you little boys, reach into my pants, 'cause I got coins. But don't reach in too far, because you might accidentally grab my balls.
Alright, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brotherscommon.place tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brotherscommon.place, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And before we get into today's crazy-ass psychopath shit topic, I want y'all to meet my favorite boys that I just met at the gathering, that I meet every year at the gathering.
What's going on, guys? This is Tim, or Dick Racy, as they call me at the time I did that detective movie in blackface.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is good. Fuck yeah.
I've been saving that one for like 2 weeks.
That's a good one.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Spence. Just reading this book I got from the library. It's called Hatchet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I thought it was about juggalos and stuff, but they haven't gotten to that part yet.
wait, what's Hatchet?
Hatchet's like a book I think they assign in a lot of classes. It's like a kid in an airplane crash who has to like survive out in the woods with just a hatchet.
Oh, wait, I remember that shit.
Oh my God,
I really thought it was going to be juggalos.
Hey, what up? It's Toof. Or as I like to call myself when I work out like the Florida Gators, I'm all Gainesville, baby.
Oh, that's fucking good. I like that shit, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. the Dirty Dog. And just like the old times at Hogwarts, I also like to shit on the floor. That's so fucking
They
stupid.
probably were. They probably were doing that. Like, where were they? I mean, they had bathrooms, but they were fucking brewing potions in the toilet. I hope they weren't shitting in there.
Dude, that fucking Harry Potter place in Universal's so packed. I bet you there is shit on the floor every now and then.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's what J.K. fucking Rowling said.
The Universal has shit on the floor?
No, she said before Hogwarts adapted the Muggles' plumbing, wizards would just shit on the floor and then make it vanish.
Oh, she said
Yeah.
that? I didn't even know that.
She announced
so
it.
fucking
That's
stupid.
fucking amazing.
Nobody asked, and she got on Twitter.
Did she do that around the same time she said Dumbledore was gay?
Probably.
There's been a progression.
Gotcha.
Probably she just started doing that herself. Like, she's like, I'm rich, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do anymore.
Dude, my intro, I had like a punchline and a joke, but I didn't know how to deliver it. Like the punchline is summer abroad, but it's where like I'm over in another country from like May to July pretending I'm a girl. So it was gonna be summer abroad, and I didn't know how to make the
I
delivery.
kind of like that.
I
actually.
was pretending I was a fucking broad this summer, but I had no idea how to fucking do it.
500 Days of Summer Abroad.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a great movie.
So, alrighty, I hope all you cowardly little piggly wiggly listeners aren't afraid of a few goblins, because that's exactly what we're talking about this week. Psych! That's not true. Instead, we are talking about the spooky case of Estefania Gutierrez Lazaro.
Oh, fuck
Lasagna.
yeah.
That's probably not how you pronounce any of that.
Is that the chick that said, I'm avenging the death of my father, Esteban Apollo Azaro?
Yeah,
You get
dude.
it so wrong.
That was her, and she also carried all those guns around in that guitar case.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Not to be confused with Delonte West, who just carried around drugs in his guitar case.
Hey, I used to be.
Oh my god, dude! Hey, can we have a moment of silence for him? Rest in peace, Delonte.
Yeah, he'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
By this time this episode's out, for sure.
Hey, I'd rather carry fucking drugs in my guitar case than a shotgun, right, Cobain?
Oh,
I'm
all
just
right. So this case may sound a little familiar to you if you're a fan of horror movies, like our boy Timmy P here.
That's right.
Because the movie Veronica, aka the scariest horror film ever, was said to be based on this bone-chilling true story. I will say, while researching this case, because I have to do all my shit alone at night, I did get creeped out sometimes because I kept coming across pictures and stills from that movie, and it was kind of pissing me off a little bit.
I mean, it's definitely worth a watch.
Wait, Spencer, have you heard about the Amish and Mennonite kids who got into my adult collection stash?
No.
Yeah, children of the porn.
And it sucks.
Were they
because-
on Rumspringer?
Oh, yeah.
But Toof had this really, really good porno, and like the group of everyone that found it, they all started fighting each other, and they became Menophites. That's not funny.
Like, I heard after they found it and stuff, like, Toof actually, like, they kind of gained, like, a bond with them, and they, like, stayed and, like, hung out, and they'd have, like, barbecues, and they'd just play games, and it was a Children of the Cornhole.
Oh my god.
And then they broke into my dad's house and stole his only DVD he owns, Men in Tights. That's not even funny either.
I was about to do it.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's a good DVD to own.
I was going to say they started it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Or
So
that
Lend me your ears.
or that one time where Kevin and Tim purposely kept their asses out of the house when they'd fucking sleep and stuff, so then they could fucking make their asses like attack each other and stuff. Bum fights.
What do you mean by one time? Wait, what was it? I missed it.
Bum fights?
So I will say right here, I wrote this part before doing like any of the research. So when I first heard of this case, I was like, all right, I don't know if this is actually like how true this case is or how real it is. But I will say, over a year ago when we did a case on like Ouija board crimes, I did a lot of heavy research on Ouija-related cases, and I didn't remember seeing anything about this one at all.
What about Mario-related cases?
All right.
No, too many Ouija ones.
And also, like, most of the articles on this are around like 2016, 2017, 2018, and the movie came out in 2017. So I was a little like, all right, this isn't fucking real. But then on AboveTopSecret.net message boards, there is a post from 2010 on the case, and people claiming that they're from Spain and that, in fact, this case was actually huge there. And also, according to the police authorities in Spain, the movie Veronica is, in fact, inspired by a real story.
And didn't they have, like, police, like...
Yeah, we'll talk
Testimonies
about that.
Okay, gotcha.
But even that, like, so I don't know how true or real any of this shit is. I mean, there is pictures and there is a police log or a police file on it. We'll talk about it when we get there. So I don't know. Maybe it is.
I
maybe
need to
it's
watch
not.
this movie.
Did they make a song about it too?
Yeah. Do you want to play it?
I don't have it downloaded or anything. I'll try and remember it. Veronica, you don't have to kill those people no more. Those days are over. Now you're just a fucking ghost, bitch.
Oh, come on. That's not nice.
Now
dude.
you're just a fucking ghost chick.
Okay.
All right.
So right here, this is a quote from a Q&A with the director of the movie Veronica. So this case isn't about the movie at all, but there's a little part in here why I wanted to read this. So in a Q&A with the director, this is what he said. Quote, "In Spain, it's very popular, this story, because it is, as we say in the film, the only time a police officer has said he has witnessed something paranormal, and it's written in a report with an official police stamp, and it's really impressive when you look at it. But I think when we tell something, it becomes a story, even if it's in the news. You only have to read the different newspapers to know how different reality is, depending on who's telling it." So what I think, after doing a lot of research, I do think that this is based on some truth. However, I think it kind of became an urban legend as well. Probably like 20% of the stuff is probably true. And then I think they just added a lot of bullshit around it. And then as far as the police file goes, I have looked at it, but it is all in Spanish. I do have some of it that is translated. We'll read later. So I don't know. If you are from Spain and this sounds familiar, let us know how true and how big this really was.
That'd be awesome, actually, if we have any fans there that knew about it.
But this is a really creepy and really interesting case, though, and I never heard of it. So thank you, Primo, for
Primo,
making this our topic this week.
I love the creepy stuff.
So, alrighty, anything before we dive balls deep into this bad boy and see what we can learn?
Hopefully this will teach me some stuff, because I've been trying to summon the dead when I'm cleaning up like the menus at the restaurant I work at. like the menu boards that are up on the wall behind me. That's just squeegee board.
Fuck yes.
It hasn't been working.
I was wondering where that was going, but I like it.
It's like, talk to me, turkey.
So one thing to note here, though, most of these sources are from sites like Ghost Theory, unsolvedmysteries.com, and that's not like the official show. It's just like an unsolved mystery site. A lot of these look like they were made on the very first day the internet existed, to be honest.
So they made it at the same time they made Craigslist.
And let me check real quick. Let me go ahead and check out some of the source code. Yep, created by Al Gore. So it was, in fact, made on the very first day.
Right there at the bottom, copyright 1997.
Most of this information came from a site, I don't know how to pronounce it, P-E-R-I-E-G-E-I-A.
Pierogi.
I have pierogi jokes about this later, I think.
It's not a true, like, old internet conspiracy site unless it's got, like, an all-black background and several animated GIFs.
Of skulls and UFOs, like the Heaven's Gate website. Yeah, some of these were like black or blue background with gray text box and colored font. But the website, the Pierogi website, that is a Spanish site, so it did need to be translated. So some of the quotes might seem a little goofy, but that's why. So not a lot of conventional sites, like not a lot of actual real news sites. It's just, like I said, it's a lot of urban legend with this one. Alrighty, so we begin. And some details of this case, they are going to differ depending on where you're reading them. But we begin in Vallecas, that's probably not pronounced right, South Madrid, or Madrid, however you pronounce that, in Spain. South Madrid, Vallecas. And the year is 1990, so the beginning of the best decade of all time.
It's a great decade. I had so many fucking pogs going on, man.
So this is going to take place, this part of it, March 1990. And we have a normal, average 16 or 18-year-old teenage girl by the name of Maria Estefania Gutierrez Lazaro.
We don't even know her fucking actual age. Yeah.
I don't know. Some said 16, some said 18.
That's not a good start for this being real or not, that they didn't even have the actual age.
We don't have the birth certificate, you're saying?
Build the fucking wall then, guys.
Definitely.
Damn it, I was going to say, I've been trying to get him to show the birth certificate, because I know that motherfucker.
She's a fucking Muslim.
And a lot of the websites mention a documentary. They're like, yeah, I remember seeing that in the documentary. And everyone is like, what is the documentary? Where did you watch it? What's it called? And there was never an answer. That was on like 3 or 4 sites.
They could be talking about the documentary American Juggalo.
That is true. That's a good one.
Was it the same girl that thought that fucking Michael Jordan shooting those shots with his dad was a documentary and not just Space Jam?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God.
So Estefania, she was the third of 6 siblings. These names are Carabina, Marianella, Ricardo, Maximiliano, and Jose Luis. And Maximilian. And Estefania, she is the daughter of Concepcion. It sounds like I said Conception because that's what it looks like it is. I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks like it's just Concepcion, but I don't know if that's a real name.
No, that sounds
was that her dad?
Her mother's name is Concepcion. And her father's name is Maximo.
So was she a mother within a mother? just Inception. It's not even funny.
But yeah, a lot of this is translated to English, so some of these wordings might be a little fucked up. But Estefania, she is going to school at Colegio Público Aragon o Vallecas. And it was located just a few minutes away from her home on Louis Marin Street. So that's pretty interesting.
All right, fine, I'll do it. Did she also go to that school with a dwarf and an elf? I heard you say Aragon somewhere in there.
Okay, all right.
Is that like a dragon movie or something?
Oh, don't watch it.
Her boyfriend was supposedly like a super, just badass, cool as fuck guy. Let me load up his Facebook real quick and I'll check. All right, yeah. Let me see his education. He went to the School of Hard Knocks. He is a fucking badass.
Hell yeah.
And then he also studied at the Krusty Krab.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I don't know why this part made me laugh, but one of the sources had this quote in it. Quote, just like any other girl her age, she had worries, her loves, her illusions.
What?
I don't know why that cracked me up, but then I added
It
in.
just sounds like weird.
And then I added, and then in 1992, she would also have Use Your Illusion too. That fucking Guns N' Roses album.
And then in 98, she'd have the spaghetti incident.
Oh my God, dude. The spaghetti incident sucks. So, just like your typical student, she would enjoy the nice and cool teachers, and then she would have boring teachers or ones that she didn't like, so she wouldn't pay attention or she would drift off. And I'm not quite sure if she skipped class to do this or if this was between classes or not, because the one source says that one day at school, due to a teacher being absent, they had an opening in their schedule, so they just did whatever they wanted. But, I mean, they're in high school, so I didn't know that they did that.
Didn't they say she cut cast to watch the girls play soccer? just
Is my picture still hanging in her locker?
I haven't been this scared in a long time.
So her, Estefania, and a couple of her friends, they meet up in a bathroom at school, and there is a reason for their meeting up. Does anyone want to guess?
Taking a poop.
All right.
You know they fucking did it. I mean, they did the other stuff after, but they took a shit.
Period.
For sure.
Meet up.
They did all take shits on the floor, so it was fucking Hogwarts. But no, they meet up in the bathroom to play a game. A childish, maybe innocent game, right? Wrong.
Battle shits.
They were going to play... No, not battle shits, Jeremiah. They were going to play with the Ouija board.
Oh, that's cool. Have you guys ever played with one?
Yeah.
When I was younger, yeah.
So to Estefania, this wasn't a big deal at all. Like, she played at Ouija boards all the time, sometimes alone, sometimes with friends. It was nothing. Sometimes she played Words with friends. It was nothing new to her. She knows these fucking games front and back. And the reason that they were playing with this devil's device, one of her friends that was with her, she had recently lost her boyfriend in a motorcycle accident, and she wanted to make contact with him on the other side just to make sure he was all right, you know, besides being dead. But she wanted to make sure that he was okay on the other side.
He's doing a good job. He's been working out and everything.
Dude, hashtag relationship goals. I want to be there. I want a relationship like this.
Is this just Adele?
Fuck yeah, dude. I like that.
Hello from the other side. You've never talked since you have died.
Oh.
Fuck yes.
Hello And so they begin to use the Ouija board, and unfortunately, they weren't able to summon the spirit of American actor Ken Hill from the movie Cobra that died in January of 1990 at the age of 49, just 2 months before this.
Well, then there was no point in doing it.
God damn it. Ken Hill was a legend. He played, quote, garage bystander in the movie Cobra. So you know he was a fucking badass. He also starred in other movies like 1984's Protocol, where he starred in the role of Man in Green Jacket. This guy.
What about
this poor dude? I don't know why we're fucking ripping on this guy.
Man in Green Jacket.
Kev? You said he was an actor, but he was more known for putting dogs inside of him.
Kennel. You fuck, dude. So this Ken Hill guy, he did pass away in January 1990. And I did go on his IMDb page because these are his other roles he played, guys.
No fucking
okay, these are who he played. Rick's dad, Baptist accomplice, second senator, party guest, uncredited doctor. This motherfucker doesn't even get names in movies.
Hell yes.
So anyways, I don't know how he died.
You're not done yet. You're not done yet. Baptist assistant?
Baptist accomplice.
Yeah, so somebody got raped or something. I don't know what happened, but something bad happened. But what if you kept going? You're like, also, hang on a second. Get into the 90s here. Let's go a little further. He played Neo.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Pan Man.
Oh yeah.
No, I was gonna say it, but doesn't he listen?
Nah, probably not.
Oh fuck. Then yeah, it was fucking Pan Man.
Be honest, dude. It's just us. It's 99 episodes. It's probably only us anymore.
This is true.
So anyways, moving on. Sadly, these young girls know they did not summon Ken Hill. And if you don't know how a Ouija board works, I hope none of Ken Hill's family listens. Like, what the fuck? They're mentioning him? What are they gonna say? Nice things?
Like they don't even Google his name.
So if you don't know how a Ouija board works, these girls, they sat down with the standard board, one with numbers and letters, probably I don't know if it's Parker Brothers or Hasbro. I don't know what company it is anymore.
I think it's Parker Brothers.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
They actually did that? I thought it'd be like an unnamed place.
No, it's one of the big ones.
Of course they'd make money off this shit.
I'm just guessing. I mean, they said it was a standard one, which, I mean, if kids have it, it's probably that one. So how you play it is, quote, they rest their indexes on a glass that they use as a planchette and begin with the session. They close their eyes, they concentrate, and start asking questions, waiting for the answer of someone. So that is the quote on how these girls used it, which is just a standard way to use it.
Yeah.
And before they can even get an answer back, there's a clatter noise. And one of their teachers, Dolores Molina, she comes bursting and blasting into the bathroom. It was Bean Burrito Day after all.
Oh, hell yes.
And her asshole was burning.
So she comes fucking clattering in, and immediately she sees that they have a Ouija board out, so she snatched it. Like, she snatches it away like it's the fucking last cookie in the cookie jar, and she breaks that motherfucker in half.
Oh, wow.
Dude, why didn't she at least take it in the toilet with her and, like, play with it while she's shitting, though? Because they didn't have cell phones, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck else is she gonna do?
Dude, I honestly thought, since, like, all this Harry Potter stuff, you were gonna say she shit on it.
She's like, will you move that Ouija board so I can shit right there on the floor?
She's like, after she's done shitting on it, she's like, oh, what? You don't want me to summon Taco Bell?
They use the Ouija board to summon spirits to get the shit away. Fucking clean the poop.
Nearly headless Nick gets it.
And he takes a nearly headless shit. That's not even funny. So they're in the bathroom at school, and that's when their teacher, Dolores, she comes running in. She breaks the board in half, or snaps it, and she's yelling at them saying, like, you better get to class. But that's not the end. As she does that and she's yelling at them, the glass, like, I don't know if it was like a drinking glass or shot glass that they were using as the planchette, it starts to fill with a strange smoke. And then the glass, it exploded into pieces, and a smoke that was filled in the glass, it then goes over, like floats in the air, and enters the nostrils of Estefania.
Oh, dude, that's crazy as fuck.
And now all the people in the bathroom, including her two friends and the teacher, they all witnessed this happen.
I kind of thought you were going to say the glass broke, and then you heard, oh, hell yeah, give me a hell yeah.
And the teacher, I believe, was so shocked and upset by this event, she would leave her work and the school the next day and never return again. The
Holy
wording
shit.
on that is really confusing since it's translated from Spanish, but I think that's what it said, is that she, like, the very next day was her very last day. Like, she couldn't fucking do it anymore, so she quit.
I heard it's because those burritos fucked her up so bad.
And so that is the translated version of what happened in the bathroom there while summoning the Ouija board. However, I am going to, since he has the hacker man skills, I am going to send it over to him to have him hack it and translate it again and have him send it back. And he just did, and it translated to, complete horseshit. Okay, there we go. Just joking.
I may have taken a few liberties.
Oh, so we're back to the Amish jokes then, huh?
Either that or your mom's cooking, Jeremiah.
Fuck yeah.
Shit. Hey.
Horse shit, not bullshit.
Happy birthday to your mother, to Mrs. Toof.
Mrs. Toof.
I'll tell her later tonight. It's fine.
Oh, shit. I am just joking about that. The horse shit. We don't know. There are witnesses. This could have possibly happened.
No, I've ate her cooking. It is horse shit.
But then this is where shit starts to get even crazier. For the next couple of months, Estefania, she begins suffering from seizures as well as hallucinations. And sometimes, like a barbarian, she would like to rage. And she would start barking and yelling at her brothers and attacking them. And she also began seeing, quote, evil shadow people, and would tell her parents that, like, sometimes at night she would see shadow people walk by.
Well, you're gonna talk about like what the other kids in the bathroom, their accounts are, right?
No?
That's imagine just like playing Ouija with your fucking friends.
Dude,
and you just see someone like the glass break and smoke just go into their nose, and it's not like vape season.
We don't even know the age of this girl for sure. So there's not a lot of information.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they ever really talk about the other girls. Not that I remember.
Yeah, and we'll talk about a little bit more. We're going to come back and talk about some more stuff in detail as well.
Toof might be onto something, though. She might have just been vaping.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't even hear that. Fuck yeah, dude.
Or she might have just been John Locke.
I just looked up on Spence's computer. One of them ended up being Catherine Zeta-Jones, so that's pretty cool.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
She just turned into that.
What's this from? Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Workaholics.
Okay.
She dips beneath the lasers.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, her behavior had like a huge sudden change. She became mean and violent toward everyone. And according to her parents, ever since that day at school, Estefania never slept well again.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, even though like I don't believe in it, like a lot of shit, researching some of this stuff is kind of scary, kind of creeping me out
creepy.
Sometimes.
When I read it, when I first told you about it, I was pretty creeped out.
Yeah, this portion of her life inspired the movie series Violent Shit.
Oh my god. I guess, Kev, after that, she just slept rare.
Oh my god, she didn't sleep well.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
I was really like, okay, Rare, the company that made Donkey Kong. What is this joke?
That's where you went to. I love that that's where you went to.
Oh, we're talking about horse shit again?
So Estefania, her condition, it would worsen each day. Her moody behavior and hallucinations would get even more extreme. And, quote, sometimes she also uttered guttural sounds and seemed to babble languages unknown to her, which in our last case where we talked about the exorcism of, what was her name? I can't remember her name, but she also did the same thing, remember? In the demonic possession case that we did?
Slagathor.
Slagathor. I cannot remember her name, though. Annalise Michelle. It was in May of last year. But yeah, she would like speak in tongues and real fast and deep and it was scary. That shit's scary. Yeah. I hate those audio clips.
Shit.
I put them in the episode, and whenever I was listening to them alone at work, it would fucking creep me out because I kept imagining her under the desk grabbing my leg, and it scared me.
Didn't somebody message us that was like related to her or something like that, or like related to somebody?
No, we had a listener who had a relative that had a condition that was almost the exact, like had that same condition she was going through.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
Kevin, you hate when they talk in tongues and like all that backward shit and stuff?
Yeah.
No more time for the reverse talking.
Oh, looks like we're all out of time, brother. Dude,
wait, what were you thinking I was gonna say?
I just thought you were gonna do like the corn thing.
Oh, okay.
The beginning of that corn song.
Oh, the boom, not mommy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, you know what I keep saying to Andrew to annoy him? At the beginning, I keep going, motherfuckers want to ask us about Zug Island. The beginning of that Zug Island song. What's up with the hatchet? Because Andrew hates Zug Island a lot.
Fuck yeah. What?
Motherfuckers want to ask, what's up with Zug Island? What's up with the hatchet?
Oh, man, that's good. Dude, what's funny is like Zug Island's one CD is like good from top to bottom.
So this is from that pierogi site, and this didn't really quite make sense to me. I don't know if it's because of the translation, but here's the quote. She saw those same shadows, or very similar at specific moments, when she entered in a kind of trance. According to her mother, Estefania was sometimes far away for 15 to 20 minutes. She didn't react to any stimulus. She just laughed. When asked what happened to her, Estefania stated that in those states, she was in a long corridor whose bottom was covered by a thick fog and from which some sinister voices that called her arose. So that's like scary as fuck.
That's terrifying.
I didn't really understand some of the wording of it. Like she was sometimes far away for 15 to 20 minutes. I don't know if that meant like she was like just fucking zoned out in that trance.
I would think so, yeah, because like if you're zoned out, they could say like you're far away.
Wouldn't that be her saying, I'm not the one who's so far away?
Yeah, dude.
That must have been it.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, who's the smart guy who called me sugar gay? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
When he like threatened to fight like a 12-year-old kid.
He gets so pissed.
Yo, did you call me sugar gay?
Oh, you mean Sugarloaf?
Make a hole, gentlemen! Make a hole! Move it! Sugar gay! Who said sugar gay? I'm beating your fucking ass. Who said that? Did you? No. I'll choke your fucking face. You say that? No, I didn't say anything. You trying to be smart? Did I say anything? Did I say anything? Did you say something? No, I did not say anything. I'll choke your fucking head.
Hey, Mark, can I get your autograph, man?
Oh,
man!
Yeah, you can.
All right, cool.
You beat the fuck out of that guy right there.
Yeah. Which one? Tomorrow.
The one that Mini Driver is going to do.
I'll choke your fucking face. You say it again. Did I say anything?
Yes, you did.
Hold on, he didn't finish his autograph.
I want you fucking down. You know? I'm some smart ass fucking herky lip motherfucker. Like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Go ahead. Get smart, dude. Get smart.
All right.
You little bitch ass fucking shit. I'll fucking choke your fucking face. You know that? Are you done? Are you done? Yeah, you're done. Pussy are you?
Standing right
These guys got some sack. These guys gonna be a choke ass bitch. You'll never make it in this business. You fucking, you know.
Is she really going out with him?
So just there's something about Mary.
Dude, Sugar Ray had some good tunes. That fucker's weird looking now. You look at him.
Sang that song?
He did a cover of it.
Oh, okay.
Dude, look. What's his name? Mark
McGrath.
Look at what he looks like now, dude. He's fucking weird.
I'll do it.
He's got to be kind of old.
He's 51.
That's not that old.
So if you look Mark McGrath now, he just looks fucking weird.
We're giving this guy too much airtime.
Oh, he's starting to look like a cat person, kind of.
He's fucking weird, yeah, dude. Pretty women are walking with gorillas down my street. Dude, Sugar Ray was the shit. So Estefania's seizures, they continue to get worse, as well as her anger attacks, and she's just kind of being like a bad bitch now and pretty violent. And one time, her sister Marianella claimed that in the middle of the night, she looked over and saw Estefania fucking levitating while lying in her bed.
Oh, fuck.
That was
yes,
so fucking
dude.
creepy.
Hey, checkmate, atheists. I don't even know what that means.
Got him again.
True.
Got him. Fucking got him. Here's a quote. Once, Estefania went to iron her clothes in the bathroom. According to her mother, Concepcion, her daughter called shouting because she had seen that a silhouette had gone into the room and the iron had lit itself. Concepcion went to check it, and indeed the iron was on, but not hot. Suddenly, the bathroom door closed by itself. The father came to help his wife and daughter open the door, but it was impossible. Something kept it absolutely closed. When Maximo was about to throw a kick to open it, everyone witnessed how the door opened itself smoothly.
Fuck.
The ghost was like, I ain't fucking with Dad's big boot. Fuck that. Open it.
That's kind of cool, though. The ghost is playing, like, fucking mind games.
Do they know for sure this happened, or is this, like, the mom saying it?
I don't know.
Could she maybe be wrong?
I don't know who the fuck is saying all this stuff.
Like, if
dude.
the mom is wrong, is it a misconception?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Sorry. So dumb. I was holding that in for a while.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I was holding that in for a while.
So at this point, the parents are obviously worried and scared as balls, and the father is just impressed by how fucking powerful his big boot was. He won't shut up about it.
He's calling WWF. He's like, give me Hogan. Give me Hogan in the fucking ring.
He hasn't been that impressed with a door opening since he aimed his ass at the fucking front door on Taco Tuesdays.
So they take Estefania to a bunch of different doctors and specialists, medical centers, everything they could, but nobody was able to give her a clear diagnosis or offer any viable treatment. Doctors claim that maybe she suffered from epilepsy, so they prescribed her medication for that, hoping it would do the trick. But one thing here, her mother actually did suffer from epilepsy, and she had none of those symptoms. She didn't have anger outbursts, violent rages, or hallucinations. So the family, they don't believe epilepsy was the actual problem.
It is kind of crazy that her mom also suffered from epilepsy, though. I don't remember reading that.
They asked, and after all these questions, they asked the doctor, like, is there anything else it could possibly be? And he's like, have you been drinking water? It's not even funny.
That was my first day as a doctor, though, guys. So
I heard from Amari Stoudemire you could take baths in red wine. Have you tried that? Dude, real quick, while we're talking about basketball, like every fucking player has dropped out of Team USA. Like everyone that's supposed to be on there is like, yeah, well, I'm not doing it this year. I'm like healing up and working on my game and stuff. Carmelo Anthony is like, hey, I'll play in Team USA. And the coach is like, no.
Yeah, fuck that.
We'd rather fucking lose to all the other countries and fucking have you, Melo.
Go back to the fucking Nuggets.
Oh, Melo.
Dude, it's bad. Like, he wants to win any kind of championship this badly ever since he came in 4th place to the fucking Checkers championship.
I know, dude. I didn't get to the part where he actually runs into this house and he tried to big boot the door too, but he ended up twisting his fucking knee. So, and then J.R. Smith walked over him. The ghost fucking walked over him.
Oh my god.
Fuck yes, dude. He gets walked over.
So here's a weird note right here. On one occasion, Estefania, she made a very extravagant request. This is a quote right here. She asked her mother that her father's family must not be informed of her imminent death and that she had to install in her coffin a photograph in which she would appear with her father. I don't really...
That's nice.
Yeah.
Look at this photograph!
Don't tell Dad's family. That doesn't even rhyme or go with any part of it.
I was gonna say, if her dad was riffraff, it would.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
It would really be like, it'd be like, look at La Fotografia.
True.
So there is a lot of quotes in this episode. I do apologize, but it's because most of the places I'm getting them are from Spanish websites, but not this one. This one is from Altered Dimensions, so I'm pretty reputable, I'm guessing. I don't think Altered Dimensions would fucking lie to us.
I thought that was just a dimension of turds. Nothing but turds.
Altered dimensions.
Oh, shit, dude. Quote, after finding no explanation for her bizarre symptoms, in August 1991, Estefania was admitted to a hospital in Madrid for further evaluation. Hospital physicians could find nothing physically wrong with her, and thus no diagnosis could be provided. Still, Estefania's health continued to deteriorate, and her seizures and hallucinations grew stronger. After 3 weeks, hospital workers found Estefania lifeless in her bed. She had no apparent wounds or any other indication of how she died. She simply stopped breathing. The official autopsy report declares she died of a heart attack. Now, I will mention there's other sources on her death as well.
Oh, fuck yes.
So
There is.
some sources claim that she was found dead in her bedroom. And also the dates differ. Sometimes it's after 2 months after the bathroom seance. Sometimes it's 6 months after that. Sometimes it's a year later. So every detail of this story is different everywhere.
Absolutely.
But this is not where the story ends. Because after Estefania passed away, things started getting a little extra spooky in the family home. Now, real quick, we're going to back up because we have another version of how Estefania was said to have passed away. And this one is from that pierogi sounding site. And this is a pretty long one, so I got 2 big paragraphs to read. So anything you boys want to mention before I read them?
No, I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So the last death story mentioned August 91. She died at the hospital after being in there for 3 weeks. This is a different telling. Quote, one night of July 1991, Estefania suffered one of the most intense attacks. Out of her wits, she tried to attack her sister Marianella as if she were a rabid animal. She managed to dodge it, and Estefania fell to the ground in the midst of violent convulsions, with her eyes blank and foaming through her mouth. She lost consciousness. When she woke up, she claimed, they say his parents, they keep saying his on this, but I think it's a translation. She claimed her parents that she did not remember anything. It seems that the rest of her day was normal, although according to her brother Ricardo in an interview for the radio program Dimension something in 2012, the morning before her death, Estefania made a sinister omen because she told her parents that she was destined to die before them. Even so, that afternoon she met her boyfriend Pablo to go for a stroll. She returned home early, had dinner, and went to bed early. It was the calm that would precede the tragedy. On the night of July 13th, Estefania suffered an even worse attack than that of the previous night. On this occasion, she was unconscious in her bed. As Concepcion remembers, Estefania was an insufferable half-hour holding... Sorry, this is translated, so it's hard to read. Estefania was an insufferable half-hour holding her head with her hands and expelling foam through her mouth. She was admitted to the Gregorio Maranon Hospital, already in a coma at 2300. So at, 11? At 11. 3 hours later, at 2 a.m. on July 14th, the tragedy was consummated and Estefania died from pulmonary asphyxiation caused by a convulsion. A very strange diagnosis for a person of her age, constitution, and health. The forensic doctors were clear. In the document signed by Pedro Cabiza and Gregorio Arroyo Arrieta, it could be read that Estefania had died, quote, suddenly and suspiciously. The poor Gutierrez Lazaro family was left empty. They had been left without a vital part of their lives. However, the drama did not end there, because the inexplicable phenomena that occurred in Estefania's life began to intensify. According to her brother Ricardo, before her death, Estefania assured her family that she would warn them when she was on the other side knocking on a door. Guess what happened at 2 a.m. that day?
Oh shit.
That's how that quote ends. I don't know if she did anything at 2 a.m. that day or not.
I'm sure all that rest of that stuff is probably...
She was like, I'm going to sneak attack you
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak
at
attack you.
3 p.m.
I'm gonna sneak attack you.
Dude.
Hey, you're sitting on Eric.
I'm not even fucking joking. I had to rip my headphones off. I just got scared as fuck because the dog started rumbling something in the other room.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, my fucking heart is beating
Dude,
like crazy.
What if you heard the jolt go off right now?
Oh my god, Andrew's jolt.
Fuck.
Andrew's shooting
yes.
the fucking jolt. How happy we were
Yeah,
as
dude.
dead losers. We were that happy just that he fucking shot the jolt.
This is just referencing this Nerf game we play. And long story short, if you cheat or fuck up really badly, then the next round you have to use this single shot shitty gun called a Jolt. And Andrew had to use it. And me and Tim were dead in the other room, and we heard Andrew fire off the Jolt, and we laughed so fucking hard we almost peed ourselves.
I might have peed a little bit on your floor. I was laughing so fucking hard, man.
Hey, good thing it wasn't Hogwarts, dude. We would have just shit on the floor.
Between that and the time we shot you, like those
Oh,
were the
that
two
was
best
good.
times ever.
And then they said, guess what happened at 2 a.m. that night? According to her father, and the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. He just heard that. Little boy blue and the man on the
Man
moon.
on the moon. Right there.
What did you hear, Father? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
That's so fucking funny. I wish that's what they heard.
La extraña muerte de Estefania Gutierrez Lazaro por la Ouija en Velacas, Madrid.
That's it. You summoned her.
Oh my God. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Just comes out and sings that.
So
Just fucking play with her tits.
after Estefania passed away, she was like 16 in most of these. So after Estefania passed away, the family was trying their best to deal with the loss and grief that comes with the death of a family member. And as far as strange occurrences or phenomena go, or the movie Phenomenon, as all those things seemed pretty normal, except for the part in the movie where he just reads all those fucking books and like the drive over in
like
that truck.
Yeah,
that shit don't make sense. I buy the rest of it, but not that.
Yeah.
However, there are some weird things that were happening, starting off very subtly. There would be noises that would happen out of nowhere, and they'd be quiet at first, but then they would get louder and more frequent as time went on.
Like my farts.
Like the father would be like, I think I hear something in the other room. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Fast forward to a month later. Someone farted through the wall.
Oh my God.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. I don't even know why we keep doing that.
So good.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive number 1, number 2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
So sometimes objects, they would move around or they would be rearranged when the family wasn't looking. That's kind of scary. One day, a glass exploded out of nowhere. Doors would open and close on their own. Yeah, so some scary shit's going on. And then one morning, Estefania's bed that was always made up neatly and just left like that, it was disordered as if somebody had slept there. That'd be scary as fuck. And here's another quote from the Pierogi site, I believe. The curious thing that is the phenomena used to manifest at 11:30 p.m., according to the mother, coinciding with the coma of Estefania. The situation began to get serious when the mother felt some nights how an unpleasant, cold, inanimate hand caressed her and removed the bed sheets. I'm kind of picturing that scene in Ghostbusters where he's about to get a beach from that ghost. That's pretty hot.
Yeah,
the best.
For several years, her mother, she had been listening to a voice calling her mom, which is fucking creepy as fuck, and it would seem to come from the bathroom. This testimony is important because the family believed that the epicenter of paranormal phenomena was precisely the bath adjacent to Estefania's room, the same place from which she received those strange calls and where the phenomena manifested most intensely. I don't know if those strange calls means like where the mother was hearing the call of mother, I think. Several, quote, investigators who visited the house contributed to her conviction, alleging that the bathroom was an interdimensional door through which disincarnated beings entered this world.
Ooh, fun.
In fact, the couple was so convinced of it that they even disabled and locked it. The family didn't even dare go to the bathroom alone. Luckily, they were at Hogwarts, so they could just shit on the floor.
Fuck yeah. They asked, they're like, hey guys, like why would this be like, where this door to the beyond happened? And like, I don't know, she took a lot of shits there.
And so anytime they would go to this bathroom, they would go in pairs. Like they would never go in there alone. And eventually the dad's like, well, fuck, why don't we just use the bathroom downstairs? And they were like, shut up, Dad. You idiot.
And he big booted the fuck out of all of them.
You fucking dunce.
Doors opened everywhere.
When he big boots him, it's like when fucking Hogan big boots Shawn Michaels when he fucking oversold that whole match.
Oh my God, dude. That's so funny.
That's like one of my favorite things ever.
Doing a flip.
Like going it completely out of the ring, standing up, like flipping again. Yeah.
And now I know we keep saying it, but things are getting more and more frequent, as well as stronger and more powerful. And not only that, but the family began to see a shadowy figure at night in the hallway, and they would sometimes hear the laughter of an elderly person.
Oh, that's crazy. I was about to say a little girl, but she aged like a motherfucker.
The rumor was that the grandfather had passed away 5 months before Estefania did, and he suffered from dementia. And on top of that, he and the mother of the family, they didn't really have that great a relationship. And worst of all, it was said that before he passed away, he swore to the family that he would make their lives impossible for them from the other side.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus Christ, wow. What a dick.
Man.
So if that's true, I will just summarize that real quick for you. Grandpa was a dick.
Yeah, what an asshole.
He's pretty much Grandpa Joe, just a piece of shit.
Yeah, getting up just so you can go get some fucking candy.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hey, I know the family's hungry and all, and I know you've been using fucking toaster strudel boxes for shoes, Charlie. But yeah, my money's going towards fucking chewing tobacco. Sorry, dude. And even more weird shit is about to happen. Some violent shit.
Oh.
The kids felt like they were being hit by some sort of presence. Somebody or something would sometimes would just pick up their poodle and just chuck them across the room into shit.
Oh, fuck yes. So, hashtag Wildman.
So it was here before I make this joke. Let me look at hashtag Wildman, Tim. What are you talking about, Tim?
If I was a ghost and I could throw a fucking dog, I'm doing it.
So here we go. Oh, I did just see now after watching, researching this, the ghost that would pick up the poodle and throw it, it was the ghost of Brooke Houts, or the fuck her name is. Brooke Houts? Brooke Hoots? I don't know. That dumb bitch on YouTube.
Yeah.
My intro was going to be a joke about that, where I was going to be like, it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. the Dirty Dog, and this dog, fortunately, is not covered in bruises and spit because I didn't come back from Brooke Houts' house. What a bitch. Fuck that girl.
Oh, was she just on Reddit like 2 days ago?
She was the YouTube star who accidentally uploaded the unedited version, so it shows her like hitting her dog and spitting on him.
Was it like her dog kept annoying her, so she like kept pushing it really hard and then got up and hit it?
She slammed it to the ground and spit on him.
Well, I couldn't watch the rest of it. I already came.
Yeah, I came too. That's how that poodle flew across the room. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
But that poor fucking dog, dude. I hate poodles, but I mean, he's just hanging out, then all of a sudden he just gets fucking thrown across the room into shit.
It seems like if you could see it, when you fucking laugh your fucking balls off.
Like you're just sitting there watching TV, and that fucking poodle just fucking flies across the room into like the TV and shit. You're like, what the fuck? Brooke?
Like,
are you fucking in here in the Chinese stealth suit, Brooke?
Would you be more pissed that somebody threw your dog or that somebody hit the TV while you're watching Harry and the Hendersons? Because, I feel like if you interrupt my Harry and the Hendersons, I'm going to be more pissed off.
Oh, shit. And the mother also felt that sometimes, which this might have just been you, Toof, the mother felt that sometimes at night somebody was standing atop of her and would touch her feet.
Fuck yeah. And just stare at her.
If I was a ghost, that's what I would do. I'd hover above just all these people's beds and I would just fucking touch their feet.
What was the girl's name, the one that died? Estefania, right?
Yeah.
What if she's talking in her sleep and she's like, come here, Estefania, come tickle my feet.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you like that, Estefania? A nice new pair of shoes for these feet.
Dude. Dude, if I was old Toof, I would have fucking loved to die and fucking haunt Kevin, man. I would easily make sure he broke the world record for no amount of sleep.
Dude, I honestly still think you would. This isn't even an old Toof thing. Like, I feel like this Toof would do that.
Toof used to fuck with me so much. Like, I think I've told this story, but one time, this was like a couple years ago, he was going through his pictures, and all of a sudden, there's me from like 4 years before that, where I'm sleeping without a shirt on. He just took that picture of me. I was like, Toof, what the fuck? Why do you have that? And he skips past it. He's like, don't worry about it. And just keeps going.
Maybe don't take your shirt off.
All right. I'm sorry, Toof.
Or maybe do.
No. All right, where were
Hey, you're
we?
lucky I didn't show you the video.
Here's another quote.
Kev's too sexy for his shirt.
Oh, thank you, Spence.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Quote, once as Concepcion and her son Ricardo talked around the dining room table, something threw a glass in the name of hitting the child's head. Fortunately, the mother saw him from the corner of her eye and gave her time to warn her son. So that's like, all of a sudden, a fucking glass flew at this kid's head, and then the mom, like, fucking super reflex, grabbed the son and pulled him out of the way.
It would have been better if she like caught the glass and like squeezed it and broke it.
Or like it chucked the poodle at him instead of the glass.
And she caught the poodle and squeezed it and broke it.
This one's for
Fuck you,
Brooke.
motherfucker.
Crucifixes in the house began to invert themselves because I was inverted. Fucking Top Gun. How'd the cross get like that? And the cross speaks, I was inverted. All right. The dog, the dog is growing even more annoyed and angry, they said, which, I mean, I would be too.
These motherfuckers are being thrown.
If invisible things kept fucking chucking me at shit in the house.
Like people are fucking doing Mary Poppins shit to them and just throwing them around the fucking house.
Oh shit, no, why did we set up the throne from fucking Game of Thrones in here and the poodle goes flying at it? Lands on the fucking swords. Hey, oh cool, we're gonna be making some hot dogs and some s'mores over the fire. Let's get those fucking sticks out. And the poodle fucking hides.
Oh, yes.
They're doing that thing from the Brady Bunch where they're having that contest to settle a bet, and they're making that big giant house of cards. Fucking poodle gets thrown into it. This poor dog.
That photo from The Conjuring case that's supposed to be real, where they're like floating in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a fucking dog. It's a dog headed from the house of cards. They're playing Jenga.
So eventually the family, they moved all their beds into the living room so they could all sleep together. And then they moved the dogs. They moved the dog's bed up into the bathroom. I'm just joking. That's what they did. They put the dog's bed up in the fucking bathroom.
Let that motherfucker get thrown around in the doorway. To the
They just keep hearing the toilet flush and this dog fucking.
It keeps getting swirlies.
Eventually, the dog teaches himself to talk, and they just hear him yell, "Man, this is some bullshit."
And then the dog has to fight the fucking eel monster thing from Demons at the Door.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, that's a good dog.
If anyone wants to watch an awesome movie, there is a horror movie, I guess, called Demons at the Door, and they only play music by Insane Clown Posse.
He also means awesome and horror lightly.
It's
Both of those things.
Yeah, dude, it's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the family, they move all their beds together in the living room. They lock all the doors that leads into the living room, even though these are ghosts, not aliens from Signs. So I don't think that's really going to do a whole lot.
It'll work.
Holy shit, you just scared the fuck out of me, too. God damn it. What the fuck? You're giving me a heart attack. So they had no choice now but to call the parapsychologist to come help a brother out. Unfortunately, they did get the call wrong, and they did call paraplegics instead. And unfortunately, they were unable to go up to the second floor bathroom to check it out. That's so fucking wrong. I'm sorry. That's mean.
But then they just got the Ouija board back out, and then they just threw those motherfuckers up there.
The paraplegics dressed up as the dog to get upstairs. So they just got chucked up there. They use that thing from the movie Superstar, where it's just like they sit in that little chair. The little motorized chair that's attached to the wall to go up the steps. They hit the reverse button.
Oh, I don't care what your mom thinks.
What's that movie called in The Office?
Oh, fuck.
Hit the reverse button.
I don't remember.
Oh, fuck. So, alrighty, here's another quote. As expected, many charlatans and scoundrels came to the house to make abundant profits at the expense of the family's anguish. Without going any further, a seer from Seville offered Conception to eliminate her problems Upon a payment of, there's a lot of zeros, I think it's 200,000 pesetas, which in parentheses it says about 1,800 euros.
That's weird. I don't even want one placenta.
Yeah, unless it's fucking time for dinner.
All right, Tom Cruise.
I was just going to say, it was either someone fucking did that.
Yeah, pretty sure he like bit it or whatever.
That's gross, man. Ugh. It is very possible that the frequent visits of these people molded and intoxicated the original version of the Velicus case, which is what this is called sometimes. For example, and as we will see later, the family came to believe for a while that the entity that took away their sleep was a demon that some of those scoundrels called, I don't even want to say this, but I will, Crapula.
Fuck yes, dude. Hell yes.
Hey, so all right, so this was taking place at Hogwarts.
Yeah. All right. So they did have video of me of any fucking sport I've ever played.
Oh,
or just fucking life in general.
Finally, this entity replaced the figure of Estefania's grandfather. However, the person who possibly caused the most damage to the family was a guy known as Tristan Breaker. That's one word, and this guy's a fucking badass. Not
Fuck
really.
Yeah.
Wait, Tristan Breaker?
Tristan Breaker.
Fuck
yes.
yeah.
He was like, he achieved fame by playing tarot, like tarot cards, I guess. And he made several appearances in the early 1990s on humorous television programs. He was a fraud. He would also make like fake weapons that he said would capture ghosts, and he also referred to himself as a ghostbuster, an investigator of the paranormal, and saying that he is like an expert and stuff. Long story short, though, this Tristan Breaker dude, he looks just like Weird Al in the Amish Paradise video, but like way older. And he pretty much just scammed the family, it would appear. But they did do an investigation at the home on October 14th of 1992. So they really did check this place out, and there are a few videos of this dude as well.
Yeah, but he just sounds like a queef.
Yeah, he's just a scammer. He just does a load of horse shit. I guess in one of the videos, he pretends that he's possessed by a negative energy, and he just starts yelling and shit, like real obnoxious.
Fuck yeah. So it's just ghost adventures.
Does he start screaming, hamburger, please?
Hamburger, please. The Dark Lord is here. And he would get the family like to pay for like his taxis, his rental cars, and like more money for him to, quote, clean the house of spirits and stuff like that. However, even after he was said to have done all this, the ghostly paranormal encounters still happened to the family, even after this Tristan Breaker dude fucking said that he took care of it all.
Wow, huge surprise.
And now we are going to get into the police part of this. November 19th, 1992, at 2 a.m., 5 police officers, they respond to a 911 call that the family had made. Well, I don't know if it was a 911 call, actually. Over there.
I mean, I always read, yeah, I guess yeah, that's true. Like, emergency call, where the fuck it would be there.
So, quote, something or someone is disturbing them. Something or someone who has already manifested on several occasions, but that night has intensified their presence, making it unbearable. The father of the family, Maximo, 46 years old at the time, he has gone to the authorities for that reason, so that the police try to bring order to their home. The family is escorted home. So, I don't know if the family called and then went there, or if the family just went, because it says they call them, but then it says they escort them home, so I don't know exactly what happened. And then at 3 a.m., the station is called again, but not by the family. No, this time it's the chief inspector that is at the home. He calls because there's some scary shit going on that, quote, makes his hair stand on end. And he states that there is a, quote, series of phenomena of all points inexplicable. So the family or the dad calls the police at 2. They show up. Then at 3 a.m., the inspector, the chief inspector that shows up, he then calls the police station again, but it's him. And he's like, man, there's some fucking weird shit going on here.
If you actually talk like that, though, like of all points inexplicable, that's pretty fucking badass. That's just like an awesome sentence right there.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And Maximo, he tells the police everything that happened, starting with the death of their daughter, all the ghostly occurrences, the flipping of the crosses, and how now there's claw marks on the walls as well. Like there's like 3 claw marks that were over a poster in one of the rooms.
You know, he kept bragging about that big boot to the door,
I know.
too.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's like, motherfucker, I did big boot that fucking door, though. I knocked that motherfucker down.
He's like, yo, how many fucking doors we got in this place? I can show you. We got 12. I can show you 12 times how I did it. And it sounds like the chief investigator, he had to like pass the phone to the mother and father, then children, because who he was talking to at the station, they're like, okay, you're just fucking with us. And then they put the mom on the phone. She's like, no, this is true. This is real. This is what's happening. And then they had put the father on the phone and be like, okay, is your wife drunk? Is she on something? So they had to like pass the phone to like the whole family pretty much to be like, this is fucking for real. Like, we're not making this shit up. We're not on drugs or anything. This is fucking real.
They weren't actually passing it, though. The dad was just big booting it to everybody.
The dad was actually alone. He's like, I'm going to try out these fucking voices I've been working on.
I haven't seen something that passed around since the behind-the-scenes footage of the Up in Smoke tour.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Or the goat in the fucking Adam Sandler skit. And like we mentioned at the very beginning, there is a police file on this event. It is in Spanish, but parts of it are translated, and you can see the full file in its entirety online. So I guess, yeah, I'll read from that. As far as the call goes, here's a quote from the file. Today, and for several hours, they are noticing a strange phenomena in the house, such as that a strange force moves the household goods by turning the crucifixes upside down, and with great turbulence taking place in a poster that they have attached to the wall, 3 big scratches. Here's another part of a quote, that these phenomena suffer from time to time, but that tonight, as he continues to report, they are very violent so that this home is panicked. Once he has interviewed the police with the family and has observed the interior of the house, according to what he communicates, he has put on his spiky hair. I don't fucking know what that means at all.
Oh my God,
his hair is standing on end.
No, what I think it means is he rented SLC Punk and wanted to be just like Devin Sawa's character.
Okay, that's exactly what it fucking means.
Yeah.
Dude, what about they said they put his hair spiky and then he took him to Flavortown?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, imagine your house getting possessed, though. Like, I'm trying to think the one thing that would make me the most fucking mad, but also be so insignificant. It's like if the ghost kept adjusting your volume 1 up or 1 down from where you exactly want it.
I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty fucking annoying, yeah.
So that was from the police report just on the call. This is from the police report on what they actually witnessed. While sitting, the police and the company of the whole family, they could hear and observed how a perfectly closed closet door, which they later checked, suddenly opened up and totally unnatural, which triggered a series of suspicions that would be in the chief inspector and the 3 police officers there. A fucking car horn just went off and scared the fuck out of me. I hate this. Next week, we're just talking about fucking the Puppy Bowl.
Okay.
Oh, is Jerry the King Lawler there?
Oh,
Puppy Bowl. Quote, there was a loud noise on the terrace where they could see that there was no one, so the above suspicions increased and reinforced, taking the event an unexpected interest. That moments later, they were able to notice and observe how on the little table that was holding the phone, and specifically on a little tablecloth, a mash of consistent brown color appeared that the Z2 identifies as Babas. I don't know what that is, but there's some fucking brown globs of shit that's appearing on stuff.
Dude,
that's fucking
is
gross.
Baba shit. It could mean that.
That's nasty. So it is Hogwarts.
Fuck yeah, it is, dude. During a tour of the house, they observed a wooden crucifix, which the phenomenon we are referring to had turned around, ripping off the Christ that was attached to it, that according to one of the sons, took Christ from the floor and adhered him behind the door of the room next to a poster, also producing suddenly and strangely 3 scratches on the said poster, falling back to the ground. Christ, who, in the first instance, as I say above, was attached to the wooden cross.
So he wasn't and then he was? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's creepy. I mean, that probably didn't happen, but that's pretty creepy.
Pretty fucking creepy, yeah.
Some nutty stuff.
Dude, if I was my house was possessed by a ghost, I would literally move everything out of the house, take all the doors, all the windows off of it, and just stand there with my dick out.
Fuck yeah, dude. And a slinky up your ass.
Since he would just continue to do everything he does like every night.
Yeah, except he did mention that he had that fucking Nelly song playing. The fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill.
That's the only difference. He doesn't play that song.
And the phenomena continued to happen after the police intervention. In fact, another of the events that made the Valekas case famous occurred on All Saints Day of 93. And there's a picture of this. This is one of the first pictures I saw. But there's a photograph of Estefania that was burned in a very weird way. The mother found the frame lying down on the floor. And when she turned it over, she saw that the photographic paper in which the daughter's portrait was present was like burned through. Neither the frame or the protective glass was damaged or anything around it, just the photo was burned.
Yeah, that's pretty
And you
creepy.
can see that picture online. It's pretty weird, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of weird shit, but yeah, there's a fucking police file on this, which is like, I don't know all the events leading up. I mean, if the police file is in fact real, then like the police file would be the only thing 100% that would be official word, I guess.
Yeah, so there's something that happened.
Yeah, because I mean, all the stuff leading up to this, we have no idea. Who knows? Every story's different the way you hear it in all different details. But the police file is fucking creepy as fuck on itself, like by itself.
Instead of those new like ghost hunter shows where they fucking walking around with the fucking steganograph fucking making beeping sounds and shit, they would just walk around the fucking what's her last name? The family's last name? Garbanzo. They were just walking around the fucking Garbanzo Lonzo residence with a fucking Game Boy Color with the printer attached to it.
Oh my god, dude. I always hate that in ghost hunter shows. Like, yeah, I have this, I built this. It detects anytime there's a ghost in the room. How the fuck do you build that? What is it made out of? How do you even fucking do that?
Yeah, why wouldn't fucking everybody have that? We have fucking cell phones, but we don't have that.
This is a pretty cool tool right here. You walk into a room. If there's a ghost in there getting ready to make a bet that he can't win, this fucker's going to go off and let us know. Yeah, eventually, within the next few years, the weird shit, it started to slow down and it wouldn't be as frequent or powerful. And eventually, the family, they would end up moving to a different home. And all that weird ghostly shit just stopped happening eventually, kind of fizzled out. And as far as I know, that's the end of the story in the case.
Yeah, from what I read, that's pretty much it.
They didn't have no more ghost hunters or no shit coming there.
I mean, they had a bunch in the past over time that did, but eventually it just faded out, fizzled away.
What happened to the house?
They eventually moved out. I saw a picture of the house. It looked like it was either like it's not an apartment building, but it looked like it was like in a building. So I don't know if someone just moved in after or what. I did read somewhere that there is a theory that some people believe the home just had a bunch of black mold and that caused like the family to be all fucked up because of it. I don't know. I didn't really read into it a whole lot, but if you want to look it up,
that kind of makes a little bit of sense, honestly.
And like that would kind of explain maybe like the pile of brown shit that they found. But yeah, do you guys have any thoughts or theories or any ideas or anything you want to mention about this? It's a weird one. It's scary and creepy.
I got a theory.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tiff.
We got a theory.
It's all fucking fake. Just to get some tourists and some fucking name recognition to their shithole town.
That wasn't very nice, Toof.
The truth is never nice.
Never.
Oh, shit.
It's never nice.
How's the beginning of Miracles go where he's like, yo, we got a theory about magic.
About magic.
Yeah, that's it.
He's like, you see, Mike? Or he's like, yo, Mike, we got a theory about magic.
There's something else after that.
I got a theory.
Tonight's gonna be a good night. No, I think that, like you said in the beginning, Kev, I think like part of this is real.
Yeah.
And it's really, really fun to pretend that it's real just because it's
definitely
it's creepy and all that. I don't think that most of it's real.
Yeah, like it's fun to pretend that Ed and Lorraine Warren's career is real.
Yeah,
those
movies are pretty good.
I will say those two are some of my least favorite people probably on the planet.
Their movies are good. I've never really like looked into them at all.
The thing that bothers me about this one is that, like I said, I don't know what is true don't have. It's hard to find all the details. Like, I wish if we do have a listener from Spain, if they could let us know as much as they know, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
but
that'd be great.
There are pictures of some of the stuff, pictures of the family. If this daughter of this family really did die and go through this, it would be so shitty if the family made all this up after she died, you know? So that's why I think part of it has to be true. I just don't see a family being that shitty. So I don't know. I don't know how much of this is true, how much is not. It's a scary story. It was definitely interesting. I feel bad for the family, and Estefania, rest in peace.
That's right. Investigate 9/11.
Please investigate 9/11.
That's what we're getting from this case.
Please do that instead of throwing that dog around. Or you could take the dog and do that too.
Come on, Ghost. Yeah, they could have thrown the dog.
Just to investigate 9/11 while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you can use the dog like a stress reliever while you're down there poring over all the secret documents.
Oh, that poor dog. On a serious note, that one YouTuber bitch, fuck her. That's
fuck
so
you.
stupid. That poor dog. In her apology, she's like, I didn't spit on my dog. It's like, you...
We fucking saw that.
All is forgiven.
Would you fucking edit that too?
She's like, the only part I edited was the spit. I did have, I had Adobe After Effects. I added in the spit. So that is the only edited part.
At least what she should have done is just like added in like a lightsaber thing of like her killing him, but then like show that he's alive, and he'd be like, "Oh, this whole thing's a joke." Like, I feel like that would be a better idea.
She's like, there is a couple edited parts in it. The spit is edited, and if you notice, after I give my dog the rock bottom, here, listen closely. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. Anything you guys want to talk about? Well, this is episode 99. Next week will be episode 100. You still have a little bit of time to send us in questions if you want us to answer any questions for a Q&A or something fun. If you just want to ask funny, random questions, or if you really want to know something about us, ask away.
Raven had a really good answer. Like, should I wait to answer that one?
Yeah, we'll wait. I haven't been on Facebook because someone hacked in my Facebook and changed my password.
Gotcha. Raven had a
fucking
really
way.
good.
Are you serious?
She had a really good question for me. She had a question for all of us. I just liked her question for me.
Alrighty, Spence, you want to do our closing shit, brother?
Alrighty, you guys know the drill. We got email, brotherscommonplace@gmail.com. We got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. How are we going to do it? Tell you how we're going to do it. You're all going to get out there, and you're going to get out your phone. You're going to show your friends our channel. Look at this channel. This is an amazing channel. You should subscribe to it. That's what you're going to tell them. And you're going to spread the word. And while you're at it, Apple Podcasts. If you do the thing that iTunes used to be iTunes, now it's Apple Podcasts. That is still like the top charts for podcasts, and we would like to be in the top 200 comedy in the U.S.
Yes.
We've already long ago cracked the top comedy in Thailand.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. And Vietnam. You know, the U.S. isn't that much bigger than those countries. We've got a Threadless page where you can buy all kinds of cool swag with our logo on it. Mugs and T-shirts and probably panties. I don't know. Primo, didn't you buy a pair of panties off of there?
Yeah, I'm wearing them right now. I should probably take them off, though. I got them like months ago, and I just kept wearing them. At this point, I think they might be stuck to me, so...
They've become part of you.
Yeah. And it becomes part of you. Fucking Wayne's World.
Yeah.
It's like a new pair of underwear.
And of course, you can support us on Patreon. The $1 a month will get you stickers and bonus episodes, which we try to record at least a couple times a month.
Yeah.
And then the $5, I think, gets you a mention. So that's pretty cool. You get to have your name permanently etched in the historical record that is the Brothers Commonplace.
Maybe we should
podcast.
offer that with the negative $5. Like, maybe we should pay them to do that.
Special thank you to everyone that has left us a review, shared this podcast with your friends, your family, your kids. sign up for our Patreon. That really means a lot to us. Just everyone that is helping us out. You guys are amazing. It's it really we really appreciate it. It means the world to us. Shout out to our boy Brooklyn John. Shout out to him for doing what he does, having our back, and being part of Team USA, because fucking Iceland, man, they're coming in quick. Yeah, episode 100 coming up next week, so should be a good one. I might have a special treat for you guys. I'm not gonna say what, but
fuck yeah!
Oh, he's gonna show his butthole.
I hope you like some sweet treats, baby. Is all I'm saying.
It's definitely his butthole.
Alrighty, Toof, my boy, my good boy. Do you have any words of wisdom for the people?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
We're going off the rails today, brother. So me and Andrew, right? We got some real words of wisdom right now. Whatever negativity may be going in through life, at least you have life. It's the most precious gift of all. Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Oh, shit.
I don't have a words of wisdom, so I'm actually going to use real words of wisdom.
Damn, Toof. That was
Holy
good,
shit.
man.
Nice.
That is pretty good. I like that, Toof.
It's better to wake up with a life than into bed next to Andrew while he's wielding the knife.
Okay, there we go. There's the Toof I know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thought we were dealing with an imposter at first, but nope, it's him.
All right. You know what? Fuck that. You know what? Fuck that whole life is beautiful bullshit. I'll do a quick little freestyle words of wisdom. Me and Andrew, 3:30, drinking White Claws, getting fucked up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That was a good freestyle, dude.
Game of grab ass, right? 3 a.m, game of grab ass.
Is this freestyle or just you tell the fucking story?
Things get a little bit crazy. Andrew takes things a little too far, like usual. You know, Kev.
Oh, I know. Yeah, dude.
If anybody knows, Kev knows.
Hell yeah, dude.
He goes into the kitchen, raises up 3 fucking fingers. Oh, God damn it.
What is...
I'm fucking sweating bullets because I've lived with this dude for 6 years now. I know exactly what the fuck's coming.
I am so fucking confused about what is happening.
It's the anniversary, baby.
What? Of what?
That motherfucker takes that White Claw can, the whole fucking thing, I swear to God, and he fucking smashes it on his fucking forehead. I wake up from my nightmare. I have cum in my underwear.
Okay, what the fuck is happening?
All right, that's it. That's all I got.
What the fuck was that?
There was nothing.
What the fuck was that? I thought it was a freestyle.
Yeah, it was. I didn't say it was a good one.
What's the White Claw can?
It's
like
the
water.
new wine coolers.
It's like water beer, right?
Oh, those.
Yeah. Dude, they're literally water.
Oh.
It's
Well,
like
they're
50
not,
cents.
but-
It's like 50.
Yeah, that's what he had out.
Do you think I meant like a White Claw?
I didn't know what it was, dude.
Like
It's
a Falcon Claw?
It's alcoholic sparkling water, but it's fucking
Yeah, the
disgusting.
seltzer or whatever.
Yeah, it's,
Like one
I
of the claws
don't
from
understand
Skyrim.
how it's 5% alcohol.
it's not.
literally
It fu-
vitamin
it fu-
water.
It's a fucking lie. It is a lie. It's not. Like dude, you can butt chug that and still not get drunk. There's no fucking way. That's fine.
So according to Toof's story, though, okay, they've been living together for
6 years.
for 6 years. He goes in the kitchen and Andrew's standing in there with 3 fingers in the air because it's the anniversary. Then he pulls out a can of that shit and smashes it on his head, and you wake up coming.
Yeah, it seems like you got it all.
Actually, dude. But Kev, honestly, is that any more far fetched than the story we just did a podcast on?
No, that's true.
Like, which one's more believable?
Oh, fuck, man.
Like,
The
to
only
our
thing that-
listeners, which one do you believe more?
The only thing that's different is we don't call the cops in these parts.
Oh, shit.
For your fucking wet dream?
All right, are we going to shut her down? Me and Toof are going to do a bonus episode after this. You guys want to join us?
Okay.
You don't have to if you don't want to. You gotta come. Alrighty, thank you everyone for listening. Be good. I'm sorry,
Oh,
dude.
God, okay, I was like, what the fuck?
I forgot, dude. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
And laugh at the dark stuff.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hashtag White Claw.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Hashtag White Claw.
Hashtag thank you, Mark. Hashtag Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Hashtag Ouija board.
Ooh.
Oh, shit, dude. Damn.
Hashtag TY listeners.
Oh, I like that. All right.
Hashtag jabronis.
Oh. All right, well,
Hashtag Ty Pennington.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Hashtag boy pussy.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn, ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn, tell people to stay off the lawn, compare it to your neighbor's lawn, and complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.